What's up, guys? We have moved over here to Caesar's Palace and we are now at the Gigabyte / Aorus suite. They got plenty of stuff at CES 2020 for us to take a look at, so we might as well get started. BPS Custom's coverage of CES 2020 in Las Vegas is made possible by Thermaltake, Fractal Design, and Corsair. Thank you to them for making our trip possible. Check out the links below and show some love to our sponsors, without whom we'd be gambling our life savings away trying to pay for this hotel room. You guys probably know Gigabyte for their motherboards, and of course, that means that they got to be showing off some new stuff. However, what they're showing off is an X299 refresh. So this right here is the X299X Aorus Extreme Waterforce. This now is no longer a block built in conjunction with any other company, so Bits Power is not involved in this. This is designed and built in-house by Gigabyte Aorus. Covers the VRMs, covers the CPU, and then there's also covering down here the M.2 slot. And then we move up here. They also have a Designaire version of the X299. This is the X299X, just Designaire 10G. The cool thing about this is that it has 10 gig, dual 10 gig Intel LAN. So cool, I guess. X299 is almost kind of a dead socket right now, and we did talk to them a little bit about that and what the expectations are for sales for these boards, and they're not great, but Intel was kind of pushing them to introduce new boards with the new chips, and even though you can't really buy the new chips right now, there are new boards. So this one's not going to be cheap. This one will be a little less not cheap. Does anybody care? I don't know. Tell me. Let me know down below in the comments. Maybe something that's a little more exciting when it comes to this is that they are now rolling over their Designaire naming to memory. Now, Gigabyte has had Aorus memory in the past, but these are special. These are clearly low-profile DIMMs without any RGB, without any flare, and they are 32 gig DIMMs. So these are the high-density DIMMs. They're double-sided. You've seen these kinds of products come out from G.Skill. Now Gigabyte's getting in on the game as well. They said there shouldn't be any significant compatibility issues with any of their motherboards, at least any of the high-end motherboards. And it's actually pretty exciting to see some higher density DIMMs come out from not just one company, and hopefully these start to be something that we see more often. Maybe an unexpected benefit of having new motherboards is that you get cool new add-ons. This right here is an 8 terabyte PCIe M.2 add-on card. You can see it's got active cooling here. It fits 4 M.2 in RAID array. And the add-on card itself will come bundled with the new X299 boards, as well as the TRX 40 boards. You also will be able to buy this as an 8 terabyte standalone version, and this one's got some peeling action that we could do. Hold on a second. Let's get in on this. Was that satisfying for you guys? Are you guys feeling okay now? I think I feel better. But yeah, this is a pretty cool little add-on card. You're not going to be able to buy it standalone without any drives, but you will be able to buy it populated with 8 terabytes of M.2 storage, Gen 4 storage. So that, $2,000. So again, not a cheap part, but it will become bundled empty with the new high-end desktop boards. As with a lot of other companies, Gigabyte is also trying to get in on other product segments, and something that they've been doing for a little while now, and these are actually products that are on the market, are AIOs. This is the Aorus liquid cooler. It comes with an OLED screen. It's an Asetek-based design, so this is a Gen 6 pump. Cooling capabilities of these, they claim 10 to 15% higher than other Asetek Gen 6 based units on the market because of the fans. They said the fans, the way they've designed them, are pushing air a lot more efficiently across the radiator or something along those lines. They weren't actually quite very clear about why this might be performing so much better. I didn't really push it all that much. That's a bold claim, 10 to 15% with a product that's basically the same as every other product on the market. However, there is certainly a bunch of things about this that differentiate it from other units, regardless of if it actually does cool better, because the OLED screen is something that some other companies are doing, but not many. And of course, you got addressable RGB fans. So it's going to come in 3 different sizes, 240, 280, 360. The 360 millimeter version is going to be 229, and it's going to step down from there. These are not cheap units. The OLED screen on the pump top really does drive that price up. So I think they said the 240 version is going to be like 189. I don't have it written down, but I think 189 is what they were saying. So you're thinking like 189, 209, 229. I think that's what they said. So yeah, not cheap AIOs. Still Asetek based, but they are a little unique looking. They have that OLED screen, customizable. You can rotate it too. So if you have a different orientation for your pump top, you could always spin it and make sure that whatever you put on the screen is facing up. Now I'm going to read off of this little placard here because the name of this is pretty long. This is the RTX 2080 Super Gaming OC Waterforce WB. This is something that you don't normally hear, and that is a budget custom water cooling graphics card. This is going to be $749, coming maybe end of the month, maybe early February. It's a 2080 Super, as you would expect, but because they were able to save a lot of the cost of putting one of their full, fairly expensive triple fan coolers on here, full heat sink across everything, and just basically utilize a relatively small water block with the connection points up here, and then a plastic shroud for the rest. They were able to save a significant amount of money, and $749 for a card that comes already with a block on it, ready to go, ready to put into your system, seems like a really interesting value proposition. The block does cover the GPU and the VRMs, so you're not really going to have anything else underneath here that's going to be generating a ton of heat. So even though it's not a full cover block, it still should be sufficient for most applications, and especially for people looking to get into water cooling and maybe are starting their journey with like an all-in-one water cooling kit from EK or Thermaltake or something along those lines. This will fit in perfectly to that because you don't have to worry about installing a block, and it's not overly expensive. A lot of the cards on the market that are coming with pre-installed blocks, and Gigabyte, Aorus are guilty of this, those cards are really expensive because the blocks themselves are really expensive. The full acetal cover that's not what I meant to say. The full acrylic blocks, god damn it, it's going to take a lot of editing. The full ass blocks, the full acrylic blocks with the full coverage of every component on the board, again, really expensive to design and produce. So this is shaving some costs, and I think that it's gonna be a hit for them. And I asked them if they're gonna be able to introduce this on other cards besides the 2080 Super. They said they're gonna wait and see on how this sells. And if it does well for them, they're gonna try to bring it to other models. As we wrap up here at CES 2020 in the Gigabyte suite, I just wanted to bring light to something. It's really interesting walking around in Las Vegas sometimes because you do come across some people who are maybe less fortunate, maybe in a weird situation, people who have something called elephantitis of the beard. And
it's a medical condition, okay?
I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out here.
Just let me get back to Candy Crush, Jesus.
All right, if you say so. I'm sorry, guys. That's going to be it here from Gigabyte Aorus. I hope you enjoyed the video, and despite that awful ending, just know that elephantitis of the beard is a real thing. Donate down below if you're afflicted by this or know somebody who is. Thank you very much to our sponsors, Corsair, Thermaltake, Fractal Design. Check them out down below. See you guys next time. All of our CES videos are edited on the Electronics Mag 15. Check out the link below.